Hi everybody, this is the very first NuzCast we are going to be doing. My name is Chris, or Crusticus.
I'm Brandon, aka Unknown Alias.
Ben, aka Dewk0h.
And I am Nick, aka Cossak11.
And we are your 4 content creators on the channel for now. Hopefully we're going to be expanding very soon. So we're just going to make this a nice casual podcast. I have never done anything like this before, as we were actually talking about this before we started.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we said our first names, got a little introduction going on. Honestly, I didn't even know some of these creators' first names when I first recruited them, which is kind of silly, but now we do.
Happens.
Now we do.
better.
Yeah.
We're acquainted.
Yeah.
Yes.
More so
That's
than before.
Probably.
Hey man,
Probably a good idea.
I talked about it in my first episode of Volt White Randomizer, but I was like, dude, I can't wait to start doing collabs and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
That'd be
some cool
fun.
stuff.
It'd be cool to do like a tag lock, like someone takes the first 2 gyms, then 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6.
Oh,
I'd be
that would
into that.
actually be really cool.
That'd actually be pretty easy to do because all we'd have to do, because you can just, since most of us use, actually all of us use emulators, I'm assuming, for recording.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No one's got some crazy ultra weird 3DS setup or something.
Yeah.
I wish, dude. Sun and Moon is
yeah.
gonna be such a trial. I'm trying to get a capture card before it comes out, because
I-
ain't nobody gonna be watching anything
Uh,
else besides Sun and Moon.
Oh
I
yeah,
got
for
mine,
sure. Sun and Moon's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Movie, and it only took about 2 weeks. I bought my refurbished 3DS, sent it, and then actually within a week I got it back. It was only
I'll look into that.
3DS was like 200, and then it has to be the original one though. And then
Yeah.
actually getting it installed was about 100 or 120 maybe.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got kicked in the butt this month. Like my car broke down, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
had
Man.
Hmm.
to take all the things I was saving towards that 3DS and put it into that, and it sucked really bad.
Yeah.
That does not sound like a fun time.
Working
I'm
as a
sorry to hear
busser at PF Chang's, man, doesn't pay the bills that much.
Yeah, where else? Where do you guys work? Like, other than what Brandon just said.
Oh yeah.
I work as a board operator at a radio station. Basically, I just push buttons and make sure the autoplay works correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I stock shelves at Myers. I don't know
Nice.
if there's a bunch of Myers out there. I think it's.
I live in Michigan. There's Myers
Yeah.
for days.
I think Michigan's where it originated.
Yeah, it's where it originated. They started, I think, in Grand Rapids, and then they expanded from there into most of the Midwest.
I've never
So
heard of
they are-
Myers. I live in
they-
Ohio.
It's like Walmart,
Okay.
essentially.
Yeah.
All right.
Are they a part of Kroger? Do they have Kroger products?
Hmm.
No, Kroger's separate because there's Kroger in the Detroit metro area. You got Meijer, you got Kroger, you got Target. There's a couple of Walmarts.
Yeah, we have a place
Hmm.
called King Supers in Colorado, and it's exclusive to Colorado. Like I make a square, like Colorado Square. But yeah, we have stuff like that out here. I worked for King Supers for a while. I was a bag boy / cart pusher for a while. So,
I babysit. I babysit my own, my nephew. I work at home. I don't get paid much because I'm kind of forced to do it, but it's just a
Guess you
bad
get
situation is all. So
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
I get to work. I get to live or work at home, so I get to
Yeah.
edit videos while I'm watching the baby, and it works out. So
Yeah.
yeah,
not too bad.
pretty nice.
I mean,
thing.
that works.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you guys have any hobbies outside of YouTube?
I play
to-
Smash. Oh, sorry for
Yeah,
interrupting.
he does Smash. No, you were talking about that a lot the other day.
Yeah,
You do a lot of Smash tournaments and stuff.
it's a lot of
Is that
fun.
Is that a JoJo hat, Nick?
Yes, yes, it is.
That's awesome.
Jojo!
I've reinvented my channel probably 3 times. At first it was called Solo Hadoken, and I did all gaming content, and
Yeah.
then it was called Branderay, and I did all anime content, and then I finally settled on this, and I'm like, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna finally do it, and so that's a 5-year trek of my life.
Yeah.
I've rebranded a few times as well. I used to be the Guru 1020, which is just a name I use on every website. And then I changed to Guru Gamer, and I'm like, I don't want to have gamer in my name. I'm just gonna make it Crusticus, because that was my
Yeah.
tag in Smash. So, and my nickname in high school was Crust. So why not?
Yeah, right.
It's kind of a weird name, but I like it, so it's It's whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick and Dewk0h hobbies outside of this.
I mean, I play paintball sometimes. Not as much as I want to now because I live in the Detroit metro area. There's not a lot of paintball places around here.
Mhm.
So I used to live in northern Michigan where we could just go to some dude's backyard and we'd have 30 acres to run around on. So,
Dang, that
Always
sounds
nice.
fun.
but I do play a lot of Magic the Gathering as well.
I used to play Magic a little bit.
Yeah, I played maybe for a month. I bought
Yeah.
like a huge lot off of eBay and then played with my friend, and then I stopped.
Yeah, my
Sounds
brother
about
got me
right.
into it. He like it sucked. He kept building decks for me, and then I was like, okay, yeah, this is an awesome deck. I know how to play, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'll just do this. I'll do it. And he beat me like but once. Like there was one time I got lucky, and then I was like, I quit. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually taking a brief hiatus from Magic the Gathering for similar reasons. Like I was going to the Friday Night Magic, and we do booster drafts there at the local card shop on Fridays. And I went there for probably about a month straight, maybe 2 months, and I had a losing record just about every week. So I was like, I need to take a break, reassess here.
Dang.
So
I feel that.
I have a bunch of crap going on outside of this. I have so many hobbies.
Mhm.
I teach. I'm actually after the reason I have to leave is because I'm going to go teach improv to kids. Like you guys know what improv is?
yeah,
Yeah, like improv comedy.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like whose line is it anyway style.
Yeah.
I'm also a part of an improv troupe that's at the same place. I'm going to be helping them run some stuff later this week. And I'm a part of an indie game development team that is actually pretty popular, but I can't announce anything at the moment
That's pretty
because I have to wait until next month. So
All right.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
they're fairly popular. They have a really good YouTube following, so it's going to be interesting. I'm going to announce my channel on their channel in like 2 months, and hopefully we can get a good subscriber flow coming from that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best of luck to that.
Yeah,
Sounds
for
pretty
sure.
interesting, actually.
I mean, by proxy, you guys are going to get some of that action as well. So
I'm not going to
spread the
complain.
wealth. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, speaking no, Dewk0h, yeah, that's right. We
Oh,
gotta
okay.
get to your hobbies. Yes, of course.
So hobbies outside of this, I play League of Legends a bunch.
Nice.
I've been playing that for about 3 years now. And originally when I first played the game, I didn't like it at all. And then I started playing with my nephew, who's in the Navy, and he's stationed in like Washington. So it was like a really good way to still stay connected with him. But that's, I guess, something interesting, right? I have a nephew who's a year younger than me. But
That is weird.
Yeah.
we're pretty much like brothers. Like we pretty much hang out all the time. Well,
Nice.
as long as we can. But League of Legends, I spend a lot of time on that. I wanted to start drawing a lot more, and I play Smash quite a bit. For a while, maybe 6 months, I streamed with a friend on a different Twitch channel, and we ran like weekly tournaments online, and we would get a decent like 30-20 views every time we streamed, so that was really cool. But unfortunately, with school and actually having to get a job to pay for school, that kind of ended up dying, and we had to stop streaming, and we had so many other things going on. But yeah, a couple months ago, I decided that I wanted to start recording stuff, so I saved up for the capture card and then started making videos, and then I
Nice.
joined the channel. So, but that's pretty much
And now
everything
we're
that they do.
here.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that whole cousins of Europe or nephew of Europe part thing. I've kind of got a similar situation going on in a way. My dad has 5 boys and 1 stepson, so I have 5 brothers, technically speaking. And that spans from 38 to 2. So
Oh, wow. Yeah.
so yeah, my
I've
dad's
had
been
one
at it a
sister.
while.
I've had one sister, and that's enough.
Yeah, no, we're all there's like this camaraderie going on. We're all like I said, we're all brothers, but like we have that bond. And my 2-year-old brother, he is the cutest thing on earth. I posted a Facebook video the other day of I showed him, I put on Pokemon Go, and he's like, "Oh, Pokemon!" And I'm like, "Yes, I got him!" And then I like I got him all reading all the names, and then I recorded it on Facebook. I was like, "Look, Dad, he's gonna be a nerd." Like, it's pretty good.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So let's get into some Nuzlocke stuff. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So how many Nuzlockes have you guys completed?
I've completed 2. I did. Neither of them recorded, but I did a Fire Red Nuzlocke. That was my first Nuzlocke. Was a Fire Red Nuzlocke, and it took me forever to complete it, but the feeling of completion was so good.
I can relate. I've actually. Oh, sorry. You can
go ahead. Go ahead. I'm still thinking.
Okay. Yeah, it took me a second. That's why I didn't start. I think I've only beaten 1 actually. Honestly, I've beaten Black. I've played a lot. Usually, I don't even lose them. I just kind of lose track of them or something. But
yeah,
I have a really bad attention span. It's rough.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Like
I've completed 2. One was on another channel of mine, and those videos are now privated. The other one was a Wonderlock I did for myself, and that was of Omega Ruby. And that's about it, because anything on my channel, I don't count my first Nuzlocke. My first Nuzlocke was a Fire Red Wedlock, and I died on the last thing, or I used a revive. I used a revive on the last thing. I was like, I've made it this far. I'm not giving up. I'm like, I'm gonna do this. Screw it. We're healing this one person, and then I healed them and I won.
Oh, so I don't. You gotta sell the revive so you don't have the way back. You burn the bridges.
I buckled. Like I couldn't. I was like, I can't lose again. No. That's one I don't count. I did Vega, which wasn't a Nuzlocke, and then I'm on to Uranium and Diamond and Pearl Soul Link right now, and then Volt White Randomizer. So, dang, I've got 3 locks going on right now. Jeez.
Yeah, I know, right? I had like 4 until I lost the school lock.
Oh, you had a school lock going on?
Yeah, the one.
Yeah, for the Nuzlocke or the run of the month last month.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah, I was like, wait, that wasn't on his channel, and then I remembered it was the Nuzlocke of the month. Okay, cool. Yeah. What about you, Dewk0h?
I have completed. I had a different channel a few years back, and I recorded a Sapphire Dice Lock. And that one I had completed. That was, I think, the first one that I completed. And then on that channel, I had that one I didn't complete though. It was a Dark Rising Nuzlocke, which was a complete failure. I think my first was. I don't remember if Fire Red Omega was my first Nuzlocke or not. But I'm pretty sure I completed that one. But and then a Pokemon Y Nuzlocke I did a while back. I think maybe after the first playthrough of that game, I did a Y Nuzlocke on that and completed that. But I have 3 dice locks going on right now. I got the Uranium one on the on this channel, on the Nuzlocke community channel. I have the Y Dice Lock on mine, and then I have the Omega Ruby one that I'm streaming live. So,
dude, we should just call you Dewk0h, honestly.
For real.
The alliteration, Dice Lock with Dewk0h.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Nick? Did you say Nick? You said Nick. Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Well, there's the Fire Red Dice that I completed. It was Platinum version. That one was that was a while ago. Then I stopped doing Nuzlocks for a long time. Then I was doing a Soul Silver Nuzlocke, and I was going to do a comic for it, but then just never found the time to draw any of this stuff, and I made it up to the third gym leader, I want to say, in Johto, and I was just like, I have such a backlog of stuff. I either got to start drawing this stuff now or just stop this run. And then I just never got back to it. And then I started a Pokemon Y Nuzlocke, and it just felt like it was too easy for me.
Yeah.
EXP share.
Yeah, the EXP share, and I forgot
gotta
how
turn
much
it
that
off.
trivializes the grind and a bunch of other things. So I was like, well, crap. So I stopped that one in its tracks. Now I'm doing for the community channel. I'm doing the Theta Emerald Nuzlocke.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing the Nuzlocke of the month, run of the month right now with Pearl version, doing that jail lock.
Nice. Dewk0h, you're gonna find out in Uranium, the grinding is so ridiculous.
Oh, God.
It takes so long.
I can't even say something from the episode that hasn't been released yet, but just know things happen.
Yeah,
Keep it in mind.
it sucks.
Sacred Gold's not looking fun with grinding either.
I'm
I'm
actually,
pretty sure it's Rayano hack, so it's gonna take forever to grind. It's like Blaze Black and Volt White.
well, Volt White, I didn't. Well, I guess since I randomized it, it wasn't that bad because I was like the first. I just recorded the second episode today, and I was grinding through, and there was a Leopard, a Poliwhirl, a Masquerain, like all second level Pokemon, so that give me that nice juicy experience from. And so I was getting like 150, 200. I was making to level 9 no problem. I was like, yes, finally. Watch, I'm gonna get later in the game, and there's gonna be like Weedles that are level 50, and I can't like get that much experience off them.
Yeah.
I actually have a question for you guys. What was the first generation you guys ever played?
Gen 2. for
Gen
me.
2 as well.
First.
Wow,
First.
guys making me look like a baby. I started at 3. Actually.
It's not too bad. I started
Yeah.
at 2, but when I started, it was around when Gen 3 came out. It's just that I started with 2.
Yeah, I
So-
started with 3. With my older brother for my 9th birthday got me a Game Boy SD and a copy of Pokemon Sapphire, and I loved it so much. I made my parents buy me Ruby and then Emerald, and then I skipped Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, and then I went on to Black and White. So
Okay.
Yeah, I started with Pokemon Gold version. My mom gave me Game Boy Color with Gold version in the slot as a gift for doing good in first grade. So
That's a good gift.
I was pretty stoked. It was because I'd basically usurped ownership of my dad's Game Boy, and that wore out because I played it so much, and so
Dang.
she got the Game Boy Color. But then after that, I got Ruby for Christmas when
Nice.
that came out. Then I pre-ordered Leaf Green, and actually back when Nintendo Power was still a thing, I pre-ordered it through them. So
Nice.
I got a bunch of other cool stuff with it.
Cool.
And I've skipped a lot of the third games, like in a gen where like Emerald.
Yeah.
I didn't get Emerald. I didn't get Platinum. My sister actually got Platinum for her birthday. It's actually funny because for I have 2 sets of twin sisters, all younger than me. The youngest set both played Pokemon, and we all have the distinction that all of our first level 100 Pokemon that we've ever had were all water starters.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, actually, there's a really funny reason as to why I skipped the 4th generation. It wasn't on accident, or or on purpose or anything like that. Like, I went to one of my brother's football games, and I had gotten a DS that summer. This was like my freshman year, and I had gotten a DS that summer, and so I was like playing it, and then one of the kids was like, "Oh, do you want like Pokemon Pearl?" I was like, "Yes," and so he just gave it to me. I was like, "Yes!" And then I lost the freaking DS with Pearl in it at that park, and I was so mad. And so
Sucks.
my parents couldn't afford another DS, so I just never played it until I got my own 3DS and played Black and White, and then I emulated Platinum.
Mm-hmm. So since I started with Gold as well, I don't know. I played a lot of that game. I loved Gold. I ended up getting Crystal as well, just because I liked Gold so much. I never had Silver though. I did have Silver, but the save it didn't like it wouldn't save. It was the battery was dead or whatever. Although I definitely have more fond memories of Ruby for sure, because I remember I found a shiny Lotad, but this was when I was like 7, so I thought it was like a glitch, and I ended up killing it. And years ahead, I still think about it, and I'm like, I'm so stupid. I could have had a shiny Lotad.
Oh man.
I'm sure I ran into like 30 bazillion shinies when I was a kid and just didn't think anything of it, and I was just like, slaughter them all.
No. I started with Pokemon Red, and I like to say that it was my 4th birthday that I got it, but I'm not entirely sure. But I'm pretty sure it was around that age. But I got Pokemon Red, and I got a copy of Blue after from somebody who just didn't want it anymore. But 2nd gen, I got Gold. Didn't get Silver because it was my dad's. But 3rd gen, Emerald, was the 1st gen that they had shinies in 2nd gen, right?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah.
They had the red Gyarados.
Yeah.
But 3rd gen, Emerald was like when I got a bunch of shinies. I caught a shiny Shroomish and a shiny Spinda were like the 2 that I remember using very often. I don't know why out of those 2, but I'm pretty sure I caught like 5 shinies that entire like first playthrough of that game.
Jesus.
But
that's insane.
Yeah. But the 3rd installments of like each game have more so been my favorites. Like Crystal, like having to chase Suicune and having like a more developed story. I think that's pretty much what they did with each 3rd installment. They kind of put more of a twist onto the stories, which made it a lot more interesting for me at least.
Sure. Mm-hmm. So, how about favorite generation in general?
Ooh, that's hard.
Yeah, right.
That's actually pretty tough.
It's like for me, it's like probably a mock up between 2, 3, and 5.
So while you guys think about that, I actually have a funny story about Red Gyarados. So my first shiny ever was when I was playing a Heart Gold on my 3DS a few years ago, and I caught a shiny Magikarp, and I was like, I want to evolve this to Gyarados, but nobody's gonna believe I caught it legitimately. So, my favorite generation, like, I want to say 6, like, but only because of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
All right.
I have to say 6th for sure. I just liked how in X and Y that's when like they first introduced customization to trainers and 3D models of all the characters and stuff. And the fact that there was just such a wide variety of Pokemon to catch from, I want to say almost every gen, because at least all the dark type Pokemon that I can catch in that game, and I don't really have to play any other games to catch them. But 6th gen was definitely a lot of time that I spent a lot of time in 6th gen once it was released. And I think that another factor that played into that was 5th gen was probably my least favorite. I don't know if it was what was going on in my life at the time or not, but I was just like really busy, and I just didn't really care too much for the Pokemon, and I played through part of the game and stopped, and the only reason I ever completed the first game in the sequel was because of the hype for 6th gen. That pretty much like made me reset my games and play through them so I could at least say that I had beaten them. But
Sure.
For sure 6th gen for me.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a second question. What's your guys' favorite type of lock? And Dewk0h, you don't have to answer because we know. Just thought I'd give Chris and Nick a chance to speak up a little.
I'm not 100% sure even. I really like the whole tri-block concept. I've already done 2 of them. I did one on my own channel, which was it was a hack called Origin Platinum, which was buggy as all hell, and I actually couldn't beat the game because of a glitch, because I lost to Cyrus, but I couldn't get back to Cyrus because it wouldn't let me go back to the distortion world, so I just kind of stopped it, and I was very upset.
Sounds like it was really distorted.
That was funnier than the joke.
Yeah, it was.
I think I would just go with the tried and true Nuzlocke, honestly.
What about you, Nick?
Tri-Block looks really cool. I actually want to try one of those. I didn't even know those existed until I saw your first video for that.
Same with Nuzlocke.
Yeah,
I knew about Nuzlocke.
Like,
but
I'm kind of relatively a Nuzlocke noob going into this thing. I'm seeing all these alternate rule sets, and I'm like, whole new world. It's opened up for me. So, Tri-Block looks really cool. Actually, I'm enjoying the jail lock right now. That adds like a new wrinkle, especially since I'm using the notepad clause right now in my run. So I've already lost a Shinx due to that.
Yeah, I saw that.
My personal favorite is just Soul Link. I don't like. I would do all Soul Links if I had the chance, and if anybody would tolerate me. The only one who's willing right now is my best friend and roommate, who's the one that's on the other side of that. But I just think it's so cool, just like having two people's fates intertwined, like, you know, 2 runs at once. But you know, if one person loses, the other person's like can't continue. I just like that concept. And like 2 people get to experience at once, like, oh, there's a new encounter, you know, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I wonder what I'm gonna get, you know.
Yeah.
There's 2 other Nuzlockes that I find a lot of fun. One is like the Avatar Challenge. So there's 4 different tribes, and in each tribe you can only catch a certain type. So I think the first time I did it, I did Water Tribe, and I think you can only catch Grass, Water, Flying, and Bug, I want to say.
Dang.
But like, yeah, each tribe is different. That was a lot of fun because you're only limited to 4 or 5 different types. And then the other one, similar to Soul Lock, but it's kind of the opposite, which is the Cage Lock, which I think would be really cool to do with someone, because having to battle somebody who's also doing a Nuzlocke and kind of affecting their playthrough by knocking out one of their Pokemon and just kind of screwing them over seems funny to me.
Yeah, I was researching a bunch of locks like 2 days ago, and I was like, I saw a Cage Lock, and I'm like, dude, that's vicious.
That's
Yeah.
metal.
I've never heard of it,
metal.
but that sounds cool.
Yeah. If any of the 2 of us do a Cage Lock, I'll definitely commentate for it. Just be like, and today
We've got Crustakus waiting at exactly pounds.
and Dice Lock Dewk0h.
Yes.
John Cena.
Fire blast! He's down! He's down, and that's the count! There's the count, and he's gone
The 3
forever!
count.
Today at the Johto Sportsplex!
Oh my goodness. That'd be
My
perfect.
God! Oh.
Live on Sunday.
Sunday!
That's when we
But
do
the whole
Cage
ticket,
Lock.
but you'll only need the edge. I did that for a bake sale one time.
Oh.
We were outside a Sam's Club, selling. Have you guys ever heard of Odyssey of the Mind?
I don't think so.
No,
So-
it's like this like after school group that like you can it's essentially what it is like you can choose to do like a skit or build something, or like it's just something to get kids creative in high school and stuff like that. Anyway, we were raising funds so that we could go to the world competition in Maryland, and so I was just like, Sunday, bake sale, cookies, brownies. Sunday, Sam's Club, be there.
Yeah. Going back to the question about favorite gen, because I never did get around to answering that. I think
I'm sorry.
Gen 2 is my favorite gen, probably just because of nostalgia factor. Although looking back, I only used my Feraligatr for that entire run, so I didn't see much of Gen 2 for that. But definitely holds the most nostalgia factor for me. I think the best gen recently, though, in terms of Pokemon design and like balance, I definitely like Gen 6 the best. I didn't like the Gen 6 games. I felt like the story was kind of like it felt like you know what the X and Y felt like to me? They felt like a tech demo. Like
Yeah.
they're like, what
I
can we do with these new powerful graphics and these like what can we alter about the game? And I feel like that's why Sun and Moon has all this new stuff in it. Like they did their test run with X and Y, and now they're like, this is what we can do. So let's do it.
It's
Yeah, it probably will be. I think it might it holds the potential to be my favorite gen.
Yeah.
Like I've always like had the mentality like each gen gets better. I mean, with the exception of like 5 was a little bit like, eh.
Yeah.
It introduced rotation battles, and I'm like, okay.
See, 5 was the weird one where the Pokemon didn't really get that much better, and like the mechanics didn't really change, but the story was really good in Black White too. So, like that's the weird thing. Like the story kind of evolved a little bit more.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But the rest of the game didn't.
And that was like kind of the downside. Like you had such a story-driven game, and then you go to 6 where it's like there's hardly anything.
It's like, oh look, you're the bad guy. Already can tell, and your motives are awful. So we're back to this. Let's do this.
I want the world to be beautiful.
And like there was just like
the world to make it eternally beautiful. And I'm just like.
There was just too many supporting characters, I guess. Like I mean, you knew each personality, but it was just like you didn't really care for anybody. Well, I didn't really care for anybody too much.
And that's why Black and White 2 were good. You had the power trio. They created the power trio. That's the thing you see a lot in anime is the power trio. That's a lot of the more popular anime out there have the power trio. Like Naruto, God, I hate that anime so much, but still, like part of the reason it's popular, at least the first season, is because you got Sakura, Sasuke, and Naruto power trio, and they do that a lot where they'll have stuff like that, and they did it very well in Black and White, and kind of not quite the same in Black and White 2, but still they showed it was almost like a time skip because you see like your friends from the previous game, and if you did the link, the Unova link between the two, you got kind of throwbacks to, oh yeah, I did that. I remember when I did that too.
Yeah.
So I have a game that'll get you guys, or a thing that'll get you guys talking. So what is your favorite non-Pokemon game, like game in general? Like holds the most nostalgia, or just like favorite in general, or both?
Smash. That's
Smash.
it. Smash.
Smash for life.
I love Smash. I have always played Smash since Melee. I haven't played 64. Oh, I have played 64, but it wasn't my first one. And I've just loved watching like the scene grow, and like Melee has been a competitive game for 15 years, which is ridiculous. Even though I'm not really too into Melee personally, but I've always had this place in my heart for Smash, and my friends always hated me. And there was a point where they wouldn't invite me to their house because I always wanted Smash. So, and if I didn't, I used to be really bratty. So like I always wanted to win, and I've gotten over the whole being douchey when I lose or whatever. But I used to be really bad about that. So other than that, though, Smash has just been like really important to me. I guess it's helped me through a lot of stuff, like this, getting into the competitive scene and all that.
Yeah,
so
sure.
yeah.
Anybody's game. I'll go last. I feel like I've been talking a lot.
Yeah.
Probably Persona 4. I want to say is definitely. I just completed my first playthrough of that on my Vita. I had Persona 4 Gold. That is a great game, by the way. If you guys haven't played that, it's...
Recommendation for the playthrough: Super Genius. Have you ever seen Super Genius?
Oh yes.
Super Gen. Yeah, his playthrough is really, really good. I'd watch it. I'd recommend it. Continue on, sorry.
No, and then I like a lot of different JRPGs. The Tales of series, in particular, Tales of Symphonia and Tales of the Abyss. Two of my favorite games of all time. That's shit for me.
I have a lot of favorite games. Like Smash. I don't know if it's a favorite game, but it's definitely, the newest one is definitely a favorite game now. But I played 64, Melee. I played a bit of Brawl and Smash 4 for Wii U. But other than that, I spent a lot of time playing League of Legends, so I guess that's a favorite game. Skyrim is a lot of fun. That was my first Elder Scrolls game, and I spent at least over 500 hours on that game.
Yeah, I think most of us have.
Yeah. I remember when I heard the first 100, I was like, oh my god, I've sunk 100 hours in this game.
Yeah, I remember I pre-ordered it, and then I pre-ordered it hard copy, and I still had to I still had to go get Wi-Fi because apparently that was right around the time where they're starting to try and get people to do more digital stuff. So I had to go, like I drove like 15 minutes to get to Wi-Fi because I had dial-up then. So
I played Skyrim on my PS3 for the longest time, and I bought it on PC just because I knew one day I'd have a good computer. And then as soon as I did, I played Skyrim like nonstop.
I got Skyrim for $5 during one of the summer sales. I was like, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got all the DLC for Skyrim when it was on sale, and then when they announced it was literally I got it that summer, got all the DLC during the summer sale, and then E3 rolls around, and they're like, oh, by the way, if you're a PC Skyrim owner and you have all the DLC, you're gonna get the HD remake for free, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Nice.
Good time.
My favorite game would have to be Chrono Trigger. It both holds nostalgia, and the game is like literally the most perfect RPG. Like in my mind, that is a perfect RPG. They did everything right: story, gameplay, like the world itself. Like
it is the apex.
Yeah, it's so good. And like my favorite thing, and I wish someone could recreate this in my mind, is like the ability to combine attacks. It's just so cool. It's just so cool to me. I don't know. I don't know. That's my favorite game though. Yeah. I remember my brother when SNES, Z-SNES came out. You guys know Z-SNES? When that first came out, my brother played Chrono Trigger on it, and I remember just watching him play that, and that's like why it has nostalgia for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Z-SNES is the emulator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think the first JRPG that I played was The Legend of the Dragoon for PS1, and my friend had it on his PS1, and we basically, whenever we got a total party wipe, we would switch, and we were just doing that, and it took us a week, but we beat the whole game, and it was just like, when we beat it, we were just like, we are legends!
Yeah, exactly. There's games like that you're just like, dude, I finally beat it. Like Final Fantasy X, are you kidding me?
Final Fantasy X was such a long game.
Dude, at the end with the freaking, you have to be like fully maxed out on all the crystal, I can't even remember the system name, but like you had to be maxed out on that. I didn't know that, and like I went into it, I got my butt beat.
Yeah. I had a sneaking suspicion that was going to be the case, so I got right around to that point where I knew that I was going to get locked into it if I got any farther, so I immediately ran back and just started grinding for like hours.
I can never get into like a JRPG because I just don't. I play Pokemon, so I can't really say this, but I don't like grinding.
I get it. That's why I haven't been able to get back into JRPGs recently, with the exception of Persona 4, and I've been playing Chrono Trigger again too because I got it downloaded on my Vita.
Nice.
So yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Some games can be a real grind, like Final Fantasy VI. That is a grind.
That is.
Good story, worth it, but a grind.
Yeah.
Still probably the best Final Fantasy game ever made.
Oh yeah, by far. Like 6 and 9 are like my favorites.
9 was great. I when they released the PC port for that, I was so happy.
Yeah. I actually remember I went on the Steam message boards. It's like, we got 7 and 8. Where the heck is 9? Like, come on!
Yeah.
And then it came out like a month after that.
Yeah. That port was good though. Like sometimes with JRPG ports, it's kind of hit or miss. You don't know, like because the Tales of Symphonia port for PC was kind of.
Yeah. For sure.
Because I played it on my GameCube originally, because that's what it originally came out for. And then when they had the HD re-release for PS3, I got it for PS3 and played it. And then I got it for free because I pre-ordered Tales of Zestiria for PC. So
nice.
When I saw the PC port, I was like, well, good thing I got this for free because I totally would not have bought this.
Yeah. So what was the first game you guys ever played? Can you remember at all?
I believe. Sorry for interrupting.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm really bad.
No, go ahead.
I believe it was Super Mario Bros. 3 for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Dewk0h?
It was something on the Sega, and it was either a Sonic game or Mortal Kombat.
Both classic.
Yeah.
For me, it was first-person shooter called Outlaws, and
Oh, nice.
I played it when I was 2 and beat it when I was 2. So like,
Nice.
when I swear, when I was a kid, I was like a legend. Like I look back and I'm like, I probably am just like, when I was a child, I probably could have been like pro and everything, but now it's just like, it's all
MLG
gone.
I'm painfully
It's all
average.
Yeah. First game I ever played was Super Mario Land on a red Game Boy, not even the color, and that was the first that my older brother got at me and my brother a red and a blue one. That's why my favorite color is red. Just been like that always. As well as I love the Red Power Ranger. So
Good choice.
yeah, right. He's the leader. Come on.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything more to talk about, or do you think we should, start coming to a close?
All right. So we're all like creators here, yeah. Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously. So have you guys ever had that situation where you just don't record something when you're trying to record?
Yeah.
Yeah, from time to time.
Oh no.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
You
Troll.
got me.
No, we're good. It's been recorded.
No.
Monster.
Could you imagine? Oh my god. No, we're good.
Darth Vader. No.
You almost had me.
You had me there. I was like, dude, unprofessional.
It's just,
I used to do that all the
so weird.
time.
Dude,
It's been.
that
It's
sucks.
been
I've
very bad.
definitely done that before though, for sure.
Yeah, I always double check now. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what teaches you to double check. Is that happens to you like 3 or 4 times, and you're like, must double check now.
And then at
Every
some point the
time.
cycle continues where you're just like, okay, well, I'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I've double checked like 30 bazillion times up to now. I know the process. Yeah, totally. And then you forget. Yeah, and then
You forget once.
and then you're
Yeah.
just like, oh no.
I've done that with the audio before. I recorded the whole video and forgot the entire audio, and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
it was such good commentary. No.
I feel that, and then you're like, I mean, I could just do post commentary or start over, but either way, it's not going to be as good as it was before.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, had to re-record the white randomizer like 2 times, and
Yeah.
that's that. I mean, each time was great. I mean, the first
Yeah.
time was not as good as I thought. It just kept getting better, so I'm kind
Yeah.
of glad that we recorded it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
That sometimes happens too. Like, I was doing an XCOM 2 campaign playthrough, and the first time I tried recording it, it was a mess. The second time I tried recording it, it was a mess. But then the third time, it was just kind of like,
yeah,
There were many
That's awesome.
situations where I was doing like Fire Emblem randomized, Sacred Stones randomized, and like
oh man.
I always just forgot to record something every time I did it, and since then I don't even like looking back at Fire Emblem randomized because my content has gotten so much better, and it's like I just keep it up because it's my most popular series, and maybe it's not a best representation of me, but I don't know. It's just I look back at it and I'm like, I could do so much better now.
yeah. I did that. My first playthrough ever on this channel before I privated it was Pokemon Sapphire, because it was the first game that I fell in love with truly. And so there's something you said, I completely forgot that I was going to say something about it. Well, there it goes. But yeah, I'd say this is a great successful first chat.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I think it worked pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You guys have any? So I'm gonna ask again, Cresticus, do you have anything you want us to like burning talk about, or do you think we can save it for the next podcast?
I think we're good.
For
Anybody
sure.
have an ending statement?
Aloha.
Yeah.
Alola.
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 The Professor Oak Alola version is probably the strongest Pokemon ever designed.
Samson
Um,
Oak.
Yeah, yeah, Samson Oak.
All right.
All right. I think it's. Yeah.
Do we have an outro for this, or should we? We should
We
come up.
don't.
We need a community outro or something. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.